You know, it's interesting. I was listening to the Mavericks' new CEO. He was kind of saying how they're trying to
The
formulate.
governor,
No, like
the Maverick governor.
no, it was like the Mavericks CEO. That was his title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not really a basketball operations. It's more like the organization, probably from a financial standpoint. But with him, it seems like
Yeah.
they're trying to create a new identity outside of Mark Cuban. And it seems like they're getting rid of any internal Mark Cuban cultural, kind of characteristics of the franchise.
And that makes sense.
Yeah, I found it very interesting he said that because these are people kind of think of the Mavs. They think of like Cuban, and he's like, what are the Mavs'
Dirk
identity right now?
Nowitzki,
Not even that. He's like,
Donnie Nelson.
no, I think he was talking about in terms of like Mavs ownership. Like, who are those people? And then he thinks that,
Yeah, because they're much more transparent. I
Yeah.
think this new ownership is not much more transparent to the. I mean, the Luka trade itself is a surprise.
Yeah, but
So
think
it's
about it. We
pretty
know
clear.
we know teams. Like if you go to the Spurs, we know Pop and the culture down there. But today, if
Yeah.
a player say I'm signing with the Mavs, where the fuck are you? Like, what do they do?
Yes, those guys are gone, right? Rick Carlisle is gone.
Yeah,
Donnie Nelson is gone. Dirk Nowitzki's gone, and Mark Cuban's gone. The old days are gone for the Dallas Mavericks.
it has to be gone. They spent $3.5 billion. I'll be mad if I bought a Ferrari and all of a sudden inside the seats had another person's name stitched in.
Yo, 100%. You want that shit gone?
Yeah, I feel like the Mavs might be at that point, but maybe they don't have the personalities with like the front offices to even kind of convey this to the fans. I feel like with the Mavs, they made a move too fast with trading away Luka before they even had a figurehead, a face that they could present to be like a middleman between ownership and the fans. They don't have like a guest spokesman. They don't have anybody like, they don't have like a Pat Riley. They don't have like a who else is like a charismatic kind of like, the person doesn't even have to be a GM.
Popovich.
Not even Pop, but like the person doesn't have to be a GM, but you could tell they're a spokesman for the team, like Magic Johnson for the Lakers. They don't have someone that speaks for the team and the culture. They never put that in place, and they made a crazy trade. So it's like, who the hell is speaking for y'all?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, dude, they kind of fucked themselves over because for the past, since I've started watching basketball, right? I knew everyone in Dallas when it came to front office. Donnie Nelson, Rick Carlisle, and Mark Cuban, Dirk Nowitzki. Like you already knew before you knew who were kind of the guys who run Dallas. Now you don't have that anymore. There's not much of a transparency between fans and organization. We didn't even see transparency in that press conference a couple weeks back.
Exactly.
But
that shit was stale as hell.
And Nico Harrison, you know, so we're in interesting times in regards to basketball, and the Dallas Mavericks are an interesting time. And how
and their org doesn't really have a relationship with the media. They don't really have that yet.
They don't want to create that They don't want to create that relationship with the media. Despite the Edelman family, they have relations with politicians in Vegas.
Yeah, but this shit different.
They're used to the media.
But this is different.
This is NBA media.
This is different.
Yeah, it's a whole new demographic.
No, not even that. This is a different product. Like, you could run a casino and you don't have to talk to nobody that's gambling. Coming into your casino spending money. You don't have to talk to nobody. But when you run an NBA franchise and you go out to eat, people are reacting to you. Hey, we won the championship. We love you. We love you. What's his name? The new owner? Patrick Dumont. He's the face of it right now.
Dumont and the Edelman family,
Yeah, but they made him the face. So when Dumont's now eating dinner, he went from being the casino guy, I'm making money, nobody recognized me, to now I'm sitting in Dallas, and they're like, yo, why'd you fucking trade him? See, now
fuck yourself. Whatever,
now he's in a different world. Now what the product that he's selling, it's front facing. You have to interact with that gambling customer now. You see? Before it was like, I'm in the casino, I'm running the casino, but nobody knows even my name really like that. But now you're selling the Mavs, and now you're at dinner, and somebody's like, yo, man, fuck you, you traded Luka. And now he's like, damn, people know me now. Like, it's like, yo, and I got an answer for what we did. He probably got friends and family asking him, like, this is when it really hit the Dumont family. when one of them had possibly a friend or even a wife or an aunt that doesn't even watch the NBA, asked them, "Why'd you trade Luka?" Imagine that. Somebody that
Yeah.
does not know shit about the NBA approached them and said,
I
"Why'd
probably
you?"
couldn't even bother to learn about basketball.
Yeah,
You know?
but imagine how Patrick Dumont processed it. Wow, she doesn't even watch basketball. I never heard her talk about the NBA, but she knows that the move we made was controversial. She knows that.
Yeah.
So they know. I think they just now realize like how important this is. Because remember, the Mavs is not like a moneymaker for them. So they probably had like a nonchalant kind of attitude, like, oh yeah, make your moves. If he doesn't fit, trade him. And they just thought it was like some regular shit. And now they're getting like the reaction. Because this week, there's too many people from the Dallas Mavericks that we never heard of, all of a sudden doing press conferences. All of a sudden on their YouTube page, there's a one-on-one interview with the CEO. They never did any of this before. They just bought the team and sort of like, yeah, we're the new owners, and then carried on their business.
Yeah.
But it's like now we're hearing Mark Cuban, he gave a response with Bill Gates, said that, oh, Bill Gates, if I sold Microsoft, it's as if I sold it and then you all of a sudden sold Windows 11. He said that. Mark Cuban said that, man. So it's like, wow, it's like they're feeling the backlash. They make a change in the casino, they raise the prices of the hotel rooms or perhaps a table. Now at night to play at this table is $25 and up or $50 and up only. If customers are mad, they just get mad at the casino floor. Patrick Dumont never has to interact. But this NBA ownership, it's a different game. It's a different game.
It's a different beast.
Yeah. And I think they got their wake-up call.
Yeah.
They got their Dallas wake-up call, man.
Now they're going to have to answer questions. I think, this is different from like the Bus family or Ballmer or Cuban and a lot of ownerships who kind of put their faces out there. These guys did not want to put their faces out there. These guys wanted to be the ones greasing the politicians, from Donald Trump, the local Texas senators, to whatever cause they believe in. That was their whole motto.
Yep.
Because basketball is side, but we want to grease and meet politicians and real estate and all that stuff. Because casino, hotels, whatever is real estate. That's their business. And that's what they want to do. And, it kind of bit them in the ass because now you trade your biggest asset. Now everyone's looking at someone to point their fingers on. Nico Harrison does not want to take the fault of everything. You're going to take some heat.
They got their wake-up call. They were getting death threats. They were getting death threats. And they got their wake-up call, man.
In that press conference, Nico Harrison purposely included their name. He's like, yeah, I entertained it, and they laughed. That means he opened scrutiny for them. Because if they said, fuck no, we're not trading Luka, then that conversation ends. But the fact they laughed and they kind of entertained the thought, it opened up the floor. And Nico Harrison is a calculated man. He's an agent. He knows media. He did it on purpose.
Shit, man. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I mean, we're really, yo, these people have so much ambitions outside of basketball. They might have overlooked this. Like, they came to Texas.
It's a hobby for them, right?
Yeah.
It's a hobby for them.
But think about it. They came to Texas for one thing. They wanted to establish themselves, but they didn't think it was like this. Because I'm thinking about it now, like, if they're trying to establish themselves in Texas, why would they trade Texas's favorite player? That's a bad way to establish yourself somewhere.
That's a horrible way. Especially in a major city like Dallas, too, man. Like, Dallas has more history of sports than Houston or San Antonio.
I wonder how good of a relationship Nico Harrison has with this family. Because sometimes you take these jobs, and if you have a better understanding of the family and some of, like, the more overall picture of what they want out of this team and how it's going to contribute to their lives, I would have told them, hey, if we trade this guy, you guys are trying to establish yourself in Texas. This might not be good for that. It may trickle down to that, whatever you're trying to get done out here. Like, I'm not sure if he had like a more personal relationship because I don't think he was hired by them. I think he was hired by the previous.
He was hired by Cuban.
Yeah, yo, he might be on his way
hired
out.
By Cuban. after the Donnie Nelson falling off. I think Nico Harrison mostly runs on relations with the league because he's been involved for a long time.
Yup. You know what? This falls on Patrick Dumont. They left, and this is how much of basketball people these people are not. Why would you let a guy you never hired, that you probably don't have that much of a close relationship with outside of that he works for the Mavs? Yeah, make a major decision when watch in a few months or even a year, he's not gonna be there.
And he made it clear. He made it clear that there's a possibility I'm not even here. He said that in his press conference. I'm like, what a fucking joke this guy is. What a fucking joke.
Yeah, it's two things. It's either the family just didn't know the overall PR backlash they would get, or if they did that on purpose, it was like the luxury tax, we're dealing with Luka, we're going over the financials, and we're going to be shelling out $150 million a year on this team, and this guy does not even come here in shape. They might not be willing to make that type of investment.
Either or,
it's one of the two. They sacrifice this guy. They're like, hey, you make the move, we let you go early, we pay you full out, and then we give you like a job somewhere else in LA doing entertainment. You know, it's like a friend of a friend. They're gonna hook him up, and
or he could go back to Nike or work with the league, whatever, right? But I think this is a loser situation for the ownership, regardless, because it's like, sure, they could condemn Nico Harrison, but at the end of the day, you made him your man and you gave him that trust in making major responsibilities. Despite they'll make the claim that we never hired him to begin with. He's a Cuban guy, whatever they want to claim. God bless him. He's a Nike guy. Throw him onto whoever. He's an Adam Silver guy. They're not gonna say that, but they could entertain it, whatever, insinuate. But you let him to make that decision, that major decision, which led to this major trade that we just saw. And
it's definitely a blow to their image.
And like Dirk Nowitzki's gonna step down from that organization because he has an Amazon gig to do. He's stepping down from any like.
Matter of fact, that's a great point because he showed up in LA. That I thought that looked weird. The Edelson family might not realize that him being in LA for Luka's first game, it doesn't look good. They might not know that.
Yeah, because that's your franchise GOAT. And not only that, you know, obviously, not only that, it could be petty, but I also think he wants to market kind of his media thing because he's getting into media, right? So Dirk is not an idiot. He's going to put himself out there and dab up LeBron and Luka and kind of, you know, give people that nostalgia of 2011, you know?
But at the end of the day, what does it mean? Him showing up at LA watching Luka, it means I'm cheering for Luka. I'm cheering for the Lakers. It just looked off.
Luka's my guy.
Yeah, it just
looks off considering I don't really remember Dirk going to any opposing team's games.
Yeah. When was the last time we seen any player of Dirk's status for their franchise go to opposing team's game? It's only Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade is the only person, but he's like an owner.
And that's because he owns the Jazz.
Yeah. And they made that be well known. So what is Dirk's reason? We never seen Magic Johnson go cheer for Shaq in Miami.
I think the only reason it could be like maybe if Dirk were to write a PR, nobody's challenging him on it
because they don't understand. They're not basketball people.
Yeah, but the Dallas media, they're kind of defeatist at this point, and rightfully so. They don't care, and you know all that stuff. But also, I think the media aspect probably also plays into it. I think that's the best way Dirk would probably like justify it. Oh, I'm getting into media. I can't be biased to one team anymore. That's the most logical explanation I could.
Sheesh.
To be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but regardless, if you're a Maverick fan, man, this is sick on so many levels. I forgot about the Dirk aspect to it, man. I kept on looking at Dirk like, I understand you support him, man, but you could have been in the box seat.
Man, you could have just watched it. You could have just made a tweet.
Yeah, he put himself out there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Himself out there,
you know what?
Dabbing up the Lakers players.
Yep. And you know what? This could be the signal that there's a real dispute. Like the legend of the team is out here in LA surrounded by all these jerseys just watching Luka. He could have been in the box seat. He could have supported him and been in the box, but he showed up and sat there for all the cameras to see him. Yeah.
Box seats in the locker room.
He could have been in the tunnel watching the game. But he was right there so everybody could see him. There's an issue
And he didn't
going
really
on.
promote Amazon either.
He disagrees with the decision. He disagrees with
Oh,
it badly.
100%. I think a lot of the old school Dallas guys disagree with the decision. I think obviously Mark Cuban's a lot more vocal. Rick Carlisle is probably not going to comment because he's in Dallas. I'm in Indiana. So that's probably not his priority. We haven't seen really Donnie Nelson entertain it, but I think it's because of his own dispute with the Mavericks. He's not going to entertain it. And yeah, I mean, dude, the Dallas Mavericks era is over. There's not much I can really add on.
Let's not say it's over, because the way this team is constructed now,
I'll say this:
they're built to win now.
I'm saying that era of transparency, Cuban, Dirk, Luka, Rick Carlisle. It's like reminds me of my favorite movie. One of my favorite movies of past decade. It was The Irishman with Scorsese, De Niro, Pacino, and Pesci, and those guys. And there was a scene where they come to the retirement home, the feds, and they just kind of like, "Hey, De Niro, why don't you just tell us like who killed Jimmy Hoffa?" And he just starts naming out the colleagues that were once his colleagues that are dead now. And I found that scene very interesting. I'm like, damn, like time changes so fast that these names kind of become obsolete. And that's just what Dallas is just going to become, where we're seeing a new era, an organization, a new form of an organization that all Dallas Mavericks that we remember is dead and gone.
Hey, it could be. You spend $3.5 billion. It could be that. Yeah. But again, did they think about the trickle-down effects? Because remember, Clay bypassed LA and chose them. They drafted Derek Lively. His whole development has been around with playing pick and roll with Luka. They got Gafford.
And Kyrie wanted to go there.
Yeah, Kyrie.
Kyrie wanted to go there.
Yeah, Kyrie wanted to go there. It's like all these people were here to play with him. And then now I'm surprised Clay hasn't been asked more detailed questions about Luka's exit, because
but it's his first year of the contract, so I don't think he's trying to ruffle some feathers.
Man, if I was Clay, I'd be pissed, because Clay had a chance to shine on Steph and Draymond and Golden State. Yo, it's important for Clay, man. Clay want his get back. He want to say, I got a trophy. He's like, y'all didn't want to pay me.
I can win without you guys.
Yeah,
I can win without you.
Oh, I feel for Clay, man, because Clay was nice. People don't realize how good he was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. It sucks for him because he's having a solid season this year.
Yeah, man. But damn, that injury really changed shit, man. It really did.
It really changed. The injuries and kind of negotiations really changed everything.